All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So, look, we have some breaking Jets news, right? Finally, we get a quarterback announcement. So, it's not who I was expecting. I actually get the tree right here. It's Sam Darnold, right? It's Sam Darnold. I was thinking it was going to be Joe Flacco. Let me turn this down. All right, so let's get down to business, okay? I talked a little bit about this in my preview video that I posted yesterday. I got to be honest with you, right? I have to be 100% honest with you. If I was running the New York Jets, I would be starting Joe Flacco. Now, look, I completely understand it, okay? I understand the move to Sam if and only if he's 1,000% ready to go. He can take a hit, right? They feel the Jets staff feels comfortable with him getting sacked, getting slammed to the ground. The Miami Dolphins defense they're not some sort of team that's going to go out there and let Darnold just embarrass them. That's not going to happen. The Dolphins team, they are desperately trying to win these football games, okay? And they already have an elite defense as it is. So you also have to look at velocity on the football, right? Will Darnold's mechanics be changing at all, right? Arm slot, arm path, all that kind of stuff. You have to be 100% confident, ready to roll, okay? But there always is a chance of re-aggravation, right? I mean, I'm not a doctor, right? I'm not a physical therapist. I wish I was, but I'm not. But what I do know is this. There's a lot that goes on in the shoulder, okay? I had rotator cuff problems, I want to say like maybe a year and a half ago, where I couldn't even lift my arm up, and I'm not an NFL quarterback. I'm not getting tackled. I'm not landing on that shoulder. I'm not going through weeks of, NFL practices. I'm not doing that in the least, all right? My job doesn't depend on my shoulder health. Eventually it got better, but, really the point I'm trying to make is if you want to do this with Sam Darnold, right? If we want to put him out there with not that much help behind a bad offensive line, against a really good Miami Dolphins defense that's going to be, they're going to be competing. They want to win desperately, okay? They're in the wild card chase with teams against, the Raiders and the Ravens and the Browns, Tennessee Titans, right? Do we really want to do this? Does Adam Gase, does Joe Douglas, does Chris Johnson really feel comfortable putting this guy, really throwing him to the flames? I know that expression gets, tossed around a lot these days, throwing guys to the wolves. But in this case, it's pretty much exactly what's happening. This is a guy in Sam Darnold. Yeah, he might say he's 100%, he might get cleared and all that good stuff, and that's awesome, that's great. But when you're looking at Darnold, man, he's missed time in year one. He's missed time in year two. That was, due to a completely different thing, a sickness, mono. And he's missed time year three. Okay, he's missed a lot of time year three. All right, we saw Joe Flacco earlier on in the season. We've seen Joe Flacco the last 3 weeks with the bye week included. Is this the smartest decision that this franchise can make moving forward for not only what's best for Darnold himself, but for the New York Jets? Because you have to take this part into consideration as well. If the Jets are viewing Darnold as a possible high-value trade piece this offseason, do the Jets really want to risk putting him out there, possibly hurting himself, hurting that shoulder, hurting something else, him possibly looking way worse? Do the Jets really want to compromise that by really just showing him off to the world? And again, down the stretch, it's not like we have some cake schedule. We have to play Cleveland. They're projected to go to the playoffs. We're playing Miami. They're right on the cusp of making the playoffs, okay? New England, they're a tough out. Seattle Seahawks, playoffs. LA Rams, playoffs, okay? Raiders, probably playoffs. When you look at their schedule, probably playoffs. So the Jets have a very, very, very difficult schedule down the stretch. We play a lot of great defenses. The Rams is probably the best in the league, in my opinion. I just don't feel comfortable starting Sam Darnold. And I get that you can't live and coach and, go about your life in fear, in fear of what might happen. But at the same time, I think that we have to all look at the bigger picture. We have to look at the bigger picture, and we have to say to ourselves, okay, Darnold is 23, 24, 23 years old, something around that, age range. Do we really want to risk this guy's career for meaningless games down the stretch and risk his possible trade value once this offseason hits? Because, the Jets are 0-10 right now. They haven't looked good within the last 3 years. I'm drafting Trevor Lawrence, okay? It doesn't matter if the Jets went, if Darnold looks great down the stretch. What happens if Flacco looks amazing? Flacco throws for 500 yards, whatever. I'm not building the team around Flacco. I'm drafting Trevor Lawrence with that first overall pick. That's my plan. Worst case scenario, the Jets don't get that first pick. Say Jacksonville, win. They lose out. We win maybe 2 games. We finish with the second pick. I'm moving on. I'm drafting Justin Fields. Right. That's my plan moving forward. I think both parties, the Jets and Darnold, need a change of scenery. I don't envision Darnold ever hoisting a Lombardi Trophy with the Jets. Okay, especially with Adam Gase. So, if I was New York, I would rest on my laurels a little bit. I would say, you know what? I think it would be best if we just put Darnold on IR. He, again, was hurt earlier this season. He comes back. He got hurt again in the Chief game, not sliding. And it's in a very, very vulnerable spot on a quarterback's body, okay? The throwing shoulder. It's not to the forearm. It's not to the, the pinky toe. It's to the throwing shoulder. It's big. It's crazy stuff. We've seen quarterbacks quarterbacks' careers completely fall off because of shoulder injuries. All right. So again, I just don't think it's worth it. But hey, who knows? Maybe Darnold goes out there, he lights it up, he looks way better than he ever did. Spending some time on the bench, that would be great, right? That would be awesome. So I'll leave it there. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. Is this the right move for the Jets? Would you rather see Flacco? Would you rather see Darnold, or possibly a James Morgan? I mean, this guy was a middle round pick, and he's not even cracking the lineup to be the third string quarterback. Do you want to see Mike White out there? I mean, that was a guy who I met down at met him in Alabama. Super nice guy, right? Super nice. He is bigger guy than I anticipated, and he had a really, really productive career at Western Kentucky. So, he's a possible guy that we could throw in there as well. But realistically speaking, it's between Sam and Joe. So, yeah, I'll leave it there. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and go Jets.